affect the quality of one's relationships with others. Emotional reactions of other people affect us, and we respond to them by appropriate emotions in turn. The fourth chapter on emotions and group behavior investigates whether there is a need to understand the role of social cognition, emotions in social, cultural, intergroup, and gender context. The chapter concludes that the complex nature of the consumer decision-making process is shaped by the interactions of culture, cognition, and emotions, and the emotional and psychological state and processing of the needs of the individual. Chapter 5 on emotions and individual behavior discusses emotions and behavior, particularly in the context of the body's nervous systems and hormones, and the individual's personality and decision-making capabilities. It concludes that the emotions can be influenced by hormones and neurotransmitters. The understanding of multiple roles of emotions can be used in emotional marketing. Finally, the sixth chapter on consumer experience management presents the consumer experience and the approaches to consumer emotions along with various dimensions of experiences. The chapter highlights the practical issues and challenges faced by marketers in understanding and managing the consumer experiences. Chapter 1. Consumer Emotions. Introduction. Emotions occur when the perception of an exciting fact causes a collection of bodily changes, and our feeling of the same changes as they occur is the emotion. An emotion is defined as a state of arousal and an attempt to label it. Our level of arousal directly affects how we behave. The arousal influences the efficiency of our behavior at moderate levels, leading to the most efficient behavior. Both low and high levels of arousal cause inefficient behavior. The purpose of this chapter is to discuss the concept and nature of emotions and highlight the need for understanding emotions in terms of the types of mental activity that are truly conducive to one's own and others' well-being, and which ones are harmful, especially in the long run. The chapter concludes that consumers do not have much control over what they become emotional about, but it is possible, though not easy, to make some changes in what triggers their emotions and to know how they behave when they are emotional. Emotion is a conscious experience involving participative, that is, private feelings, physiological arousal, expressive reactions, and observable activities related to the experience. Emotions can be observable emotional behaviors, like facial expressions or words that may result in arousal, and verbal expressions to project the evoked states. Emotions play a large role in guiding all our behavior. Inherited inclinations, learning, and reasoning combine with motivated or emotional urges to control much of what we do and the efficiency with which we direct our behavior. Our bodies actually reveal something about our momentary state of physiological arousal. The study of emotions has included two approaches: studying and labeling photographs of posed facial emotions or analyzing the words we use in describing emotions. Arguments continue as to how many and what specific dimensions underlie emotional response. Unlike motivation, which we are able to define with some precision, emotion is a much more difficult term to narrow down. We all know what it's like to feel emotion. Emotion is love and hate, anger and fear, pride and jealousy. It is about the things that we like to do, such as being in love. Yet it's also about the things we don't like to do, such as being angry or afraid. Emotions sometimes create states within us that we do anything to maintain them. Other times they create negative feelings that fully occupy us until we can eliminate them. Traditionally, there is no word for emotion as such. However, modern psychological research has isolated emotion as a distinct mental process that can be studied apart from other processes. Every region in the brain that has been identified with some aspect of emotion has also been identified with aspects of cognition. The circuitry that supports and affects cognition are completely intertwined, and these processes cannot be separated. Emotions strongly influence people's thoughts, words, and actions, and that, at times, help people in their pursuit of transient pleasures and satisfaction. However, some emotions are conducive to genuine and enduring happiness,